Hello, welcome to Quackalope, and today we are giving you a Kickstarter preview of Tiny Ninja's Heroes, a two-player head-to-head tactics and combat game. Now, normally, I'd be holding up the box to show you kind of the box cover and then start covering all this footage in B-roll as I talk, but in this case, in order to have the game laid out here in front of me, I had to leave the box on the table because one of the things that Tiny Ninja's Heroes does unique is that the box is part of the play experience itself. This game is actually designed to be travel size, all the way down to the fact that all of your components, your trays and everything, slot back into the box. They store nicely. All of your dice, all of your cards can fit into this contained play area, and as you open it up and get everything here onto the table, it is designed around you playing with the box here in front of you. You have a place to roll your dice, you have an area to hold and prop up your cards, you have a player grid here to keep your dice from sliding around. They represent the characters or the squads you're running around with, trying to knock out the other player's hero, all the way down to a magnetic little clasp where you keep track of your energy points, which allow you to do special abilities and really be strategic as you play the game. So, this box, everything you see laid out here before me, is designed around being able to put back into this storage space so that the only thing you need to get it out, get it up and running, is going to be self-contained within this little unit right here. It makes it a really nice two-player, head-to-head, travel-size game. If you're brand new to Quackalope, thank you for being here. We do aggressively high-quality board game media, gameplay reviews, unboxings, a whole mix of stuff. We have new videos that come out every single week, so consider hitting that subscribe button down below so you can stay tuned for this video and any other projects we have coming down the line. Now, the structure of this video is going to be a little bit unique, another kind of experiment that we're playing with. This is a preview of Tiny Ninja's Heroes, right? That's what you're here to tune into, but Tiny Ninja's Heroes is a two-player head-to-head combat game with another solo game included in it called Tiny Ninja's Apocalypse. So, at the start of this video, I'm going to run you through what this game is all about, what the play experience is going to be like, what the turn order is going to be like, a little bit around kind of the strategy and the thought when it comes to experiencing this game, so you can figure out if it's one that you want to add to your personal collection. And then, probably in about 10 minutes or so, I'll try to leave a timestamp down below for you to jump to it. I'm going to do my very best to set myself up against the coming apocalypse, the zombie hordes, and see how long and how far I can survive into the darkness, the fog and mist kind of rolling in over the hills. I will do my very best to battle to the gate's end. Now, that being said, the solo mode isn't, of course, that two-player experience, but it does show off the mechanics and the way that you use your squad, or you use your team and your special abilities. So, if you're interested in seeing how this game functions, how it gets up and running, that solo experience will be a good demonstration of the core mechanics and principles around this game. All that being said, I would like to thank Tinyverse Games for sponsoring this video. They and other publishers help us bring all the content we do here on the channel to you, the viewer, and give us access to preview and check out new games that are coming to the market a little bit ahead of time, which I don't mind at all. So let me go ahead and start running you through the core concept of this game. This is a head-to-head two-player tactics and fighting game where you're using your squad of heroes and one specific individual hero, whether you have the queen or the turtle, to square off, and you're trying to defeat the other player's hero by maneuvering, spending your special resources, gathering cards from the deck here, and utilizing their abilities to find a way to get that tactical advantage over your opponent. It's going to be utilizing a few core systems. Your dice here are going to represent the heroes you have on the board. They have special abilities and movement abilities, and their health ticks down based on the way that they're looking. So as you're playing the game, you will also be getting a real-time update of everyone's current status. As you knock out your opponent's squad, they'll return off the board, and you'll be fighting until you're able to take out your opponent's main guy, the hero or the unique character they've selected for this game session. To do so, you'll be rolling primarily one dice that literally does it all. There are 3 different symbol types on this dice: white and black, color-coded, and then number-coded. These will resolve on various different ways based on the attack or special ability you're currently using, to see where things spawn or to see how far your range is or how much damage you do given a specific moment in the game. So that's the core concept. At the start of the game, you're going to be choosing your hero and spawning your squad over on one side of the playing field. Let's go ahead and bring some people into their selective zones. Then, throughout the course of the game, you're going to be doing a series of turns. You're going to have an income phase where you gain some experience and you gain an item card, which has some standard things on it. You can gain experience, you can gain additional movement, potentially get a stronger or more effective attack, summon a shield which blocks damage in a region or a zone. Those are going to be these yellow cubes here, or potentially get something that helps destroy your opponent's shield, giving you the advantage over a specific moment, because some of your characters are weak enough that a hit or two could do them in if you're not being purposeful and strategic with the way that you're playing them. After that, you're going to come to your move phase. On your turn, you're going to get 3 movement points to spend. Now, these could be spent fairly normally, right? Everything that is adjacent directly is going to be 1 movement point. A diagonal is going to cost 2 movement points. Now, if you're in a weird zone where you're not able to move through your opponent's pieces, like this area here, I could still move diagonally by paying those 2 additional movement points. So you'll have 3 of those to use however you would like to move any of your characters around the game state. Then you'll be able to do 3 actions, or you'll be able to take 3 action abilities. You could buy a shield for 2 energy points. These shields are going to slot into these rows and these columns here. And like I said, on an attack from your opponent, they will block 1 damage point. So if you're strategic with the way you're using them, you might be able to protect someone like Solo here, who only has 1 health at the very start of the game. You could also discard any 2 items to gain an energy point. Now that's going to be important if you have a powerful attack you want to do, if you have some items that you're just probably not going to use at the moment, or if you really need to buy a shield for kind of that final Hail Mary to make sure your hero doesn't die. You can use an item or a potion. Now each player is going to have 2 potions. These are going to allow you to heal at strategic moments throughout the course of the game, but you only ever get 2. So being purposeful with when and how you use them could be the difference between winning and losing. And then finally, you're going to be able to use a character's special ability. Now this is a good time for me to talk about the characters you're playing a little bit more in depth. Each player is going to have a squad of 4 core characters, depending on the type of game you're playing. I know there are some variations in how those squad layouts are made, but in the classic mode, you're going to have Solo, you're going to have Archer, you're going to have a Master, you're going to have a Panda, and then you're going to have your one unique hero character, who is the person you're trying to keep alive, right? He's your leader of the story. Each of these characters will have a top row basic attack, which you can see identified here on the card. That'll include some information when it comes to the range and direction of the attack and what sort of result you need for certain special abilities. For instance, here, with the Archer, she can shoot in ornithological directions for a range of 3. If she rolls a red or green, it'll do 1 damage. If she rolls a purple, she will go ahead and do 2. So, if she rolls a purple, she'll go ahead and do 2. And I rolled a green, so I'm only getting 1 damage. And then on the bottom row, you'll see some other unique icons, specifically a shield ability, which can be used at a later stage in the game after resolving your opponent's attacks, and a star ability. Now the star ability is going to be the special support ability you're able to use during this 3rd phase, this action phase of the game. So up here with Solo, my special ability is Blink. So for a cost of 0 energy here, Solo could trade spaces with an ally on the board. So it really helps maneuvering and manipulating your heroes around this game state here, but Solo is also the weakest character you have. So do you pull someone out of harm's way only to put him in it? Do you rescue him and put one of your heavy hitters kind of there in the center? That is kind of the nuance or the strategy when it comes to how you play this game. Following that line of thought, your 4th phase or your 4th stage of the game is going to be your attack phase. You're going to use 1 attack ability from one of your characters or one of your die here on the board. So, for instance, you could attack with the Panda, dealing 1 damage in 1 specific direction, or you might be able to use a special hero ability. For instance, my turtle over here could deal a certain amount of damage based off of a die roll in two different ornithological directions directly next to him. So if he was positioned right here, he could deal damage to the hero here and the panda there. Well, let's see what I would get. So he could deal 1 damage to each of them, taking both of his mallets and just striking out on both sides. Then moving down here to the 5th stage of the game, this is going to be the defending stage of the game, which kind of moves back up to the income after this. This is where you can negate any damage using your specific defense abilities or spending your shield icon, which is able to negate 1 damage on that specific row. And then you switch roles and reset, going back through the income, move, action phase, attack phase, and defense phase, and you continue playing and progressing until one of your heroes no longer survives on the board. That's the core conceit of the game. That is the core things you're playing with here. Now, this is a nearly perfect information, tactics-oriented game, and I think it does a really good job at setting up and maneuvering yourself around this grid, giving you some interesting positioning and action selection abilities when it comes to how to position and how to attack or weaken your opponent. You're both going to, at the start of the game, be on your back foot a little bit, building up energy, gaining power, maybe trading some resources in, until one of you finds a weak point, kind of a spot where you could take advantage of or use a specific player power or ability. And along with that, based on the heroes that you're playing with, you'll have to change your game style in a variety of different ways. For instance, over here with the turtle, if he is next to the panda gets to use his shield ability, which blocks damage from hitting another ally for free. So having them next to each other could be a strategic choice you might want to make. Or over here with the legend, you have a special rage ability. Add a certain amount of damage when attacking with slash or Bladestorm. So a very high power, high aggressor style hero. So instead of having him back in the back defending like you might with a turtle, he might be one where you rush forward, ignoring and maybe losing some of your allies along the way, and doing everything you can to inflict and cause damage as quickly and efficiently as you can. That's another core question of the game. At what point do you focus on the other player's hero versus dealing with their team or their squad that are maneuvering around the course of the game? Now, this isn't a aggressively heavy game, right? It's a 2-player, 20 to 30 minute head-to-head tactics and strategy game. But I think it does some really interesting things, both with the components that you're using. I mean, they've certainly put thought into how to make this a play experience that is fun and enjoyable when you have it here on the table. But there's also a reasonable amount of strategy when it comes to how you maneuver across this board. And it's one where I could see 2 people sitting down and playing 2 or 3 games kind of in one sitting, right? Now, there are a few design elements that I really think are pretty unique, so I want to take the time to highlight them before we go ahead and set up and get into this solo game. First off, the fact that everything is modular, everything fits back into this tray here, it really says a lot that so much thought has been given to how this can all pack up inside the box and how the box is integrated into the play experience. You have magnets down here that not only the clasp of the box is secure, but also it allows you to track your resource throughout the game without things flying all over the place. Instead of having piles of cards, you actually have some simplified card references, so you could have everything you need on 2 cards just holding in your hand. You also have a thing called the Tiny Ninja die. Now, this unique die solves a lot of problems in a single die. With 3 different symbols or icons balanced out across the faces, it is remarkably complicated for a single die, but also, once you understand it, it's really easy and clear to read. You have white and black, so a yes or no, right, a 50-50. You have your classic numbers, which are going to be the shurikens there in the center, 1s, 2s, and 3s, and then you have the color code or the indicator there. And then based on your character cards, whether they indicate you're looking for a number count, a black or white resolution, or a colored resolution, this dice is going to solve all of your questions. So right here, this could be a black, could be a number 2, or it could be a green, depending on who is utilizing that die roll. And then finally, the last thing that I really wanted to point out, because it shows the attention to detail that's been put into the development of this game, the direction that each of your characters or each of your heroes' faces are facing are going to be the way that you turn them in order to count down their health. So Panda goes from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. Or for instance, over here with the archer. Archer drops down to 1. Or here with my main hero. Let me just show you this one more time. It really is, it's a simple little thing, but it makes the game experience so you don't have to pick up dice and hunt for the number every single time so much smoother. Get hit for 3 here on the turtle. 1, 2, 3. As simple and complicated as that. It just really goes to show that a lot of love and care has been put into the design and implementation of the game. And so it is one that is accessible and easy to pull out and get to the table because you won't have to be playing through a bunch of finicky little bits, right? You'll be ready to go right when you get it out of the box. And you'll be able to sit down and have a good play experience without bits and pieces getting in your way. So, all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take a moment. I'm going to set up for the solo experience of the game and give you all a run through of, first off, how to not play the solo experience, and second off, how some of the mechanics can be utilized, or kind of a demonstration of how the solo mode and the main mechanics of the game function here. So, I'll be back with some solo content. The sun is set. The air is crisp. The forest lays quiet. Too quiet. Darkness washes overhead and fog rolls in. Suddenly groans and shrill screams fill your ears. They're here. You are surrounded by the undead. You have no way of escape. The situation is dire. Defeat as many zombies as you can before your hero inevitably falls. Welcome back. The scene has changed slightly. It is now time to take on the undead. In the solo mode of Tiny Ninja's Heroes, you're going to do your very best to be as good at the game as you can possibly be, while the hordes of undead masses eventually overwhelm and consume you, turning you into one of their number. You're going to be playing against yourself, right? Trying to maximize the way that you play the game and score a higher value for the next round or the next game. So my advice to you, whether there is an online version, a print and play version, or when you get this game in, cycle back around, play with this specific setup. So my standard 4 heroes, and I'm playing with the legend himself, and let me know how good you are at the game compared to me. That being said, I am a master at solo games, so let's go ahead and start swinging into this. In Apocalypse, I'm going to be going through all of the different turns, repeatedly summoning zombies and doing my very best to knock them out. The scoring phase is going to be based on this. First off, I will score 1 point for any remaining energy points or items that I didn't use. I will lose points based on any remaining health for the zombies that are still on the board. I will gain 2 points for every defeated solo zombie, 3 points for every defeated archer zombie, 5 points for every defeated master zombie, and 8 points for every defeated panda zombie. And then finally, I score 10 points per defeated zombie team. So if I can take the entire squad down, that is a bonus pile of points I'm going to be able to get. So if we just do that 64 times, we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and summon them in, then I'm going to place my pieces, and then we're going to start dealing with these nuisances. So in the black row up top here, I'm going to be playing them down in row 2. This is going to start with Solo, who only has 1 health. Then we're going to have, in the black row, in black row 4, which is going to be the bottom part here, I'm going to play my Archer, who starts with 2 health. In white row 3, I'm going to go ahead and play down my Swordsman, who's going to have 4 total health. Okay. And then finally, the Panda is going to go in white row 2. Now this will bump my character forward, and the Panda is going to start with 5 total health. Well, we are now ready to play my troop down. I get to play in any of these 3 middle rows. I also get to add 1 shield into the mixture here. So I'm thinking I'll add a shield to this far part. I'll play there, try to stay out of the way for my hero, who is the most likely to get beaten down. Where's my Archer here? 2 health. Let's do something ranged. She's going to be out in the open, but I like the idea of trying to take down the Panda as quickly as possible. So let's position there. Let's place my hero. My hero's going to be able to do a lot of damage very effectively because he can add on rage to his attack. However, his attacks are also incredibly expensive. I need quite a few turns in order to get up to do some of these heavier attacks. So let's set him down, and let's add Panda next to him as a defense tactic, so I can keep him from being destroyed as much as possible. Because if I can save up enough to really do some attacks with him, he might be able to be really effective at it. And then finally, I have my Master. Let's maybe assume the Master can do some decent damage without a energy cost. All their top row actions here are going to be free, and I want to save their... I don't want to be using their bottom row actions. Let's put the Master there. Let's put this back there. This is what I think we're going with. I think this is the core idea. So, starting here at the top, we've done the spawning roll. We're going to go to the zombie roll. Roll all 3 dice and set down the fog. So the fog is going to be basically their shields just on their side of the board. The story is there's rolling fog that they are wandering out of and we have to deal with. So I rolled a 5, which is going to summon fog in the 2nd row and in the 4th row here. Then zombie attack. So zombie number 4, which is the panda, is going to go ahead and attack, and it's going to be based off of this little chart down here. They're going to try to attack in a location where I do not have a shield, and they can return back to the fog. And they're only going to have the classic 3 movement points. So right now, 1, 2, 3, that would not keep him in the fog. 2, 3. Now what is the panda's attack? Panda can deal 2 in any multiple directions. So moving over here would in fact allow the panda to deal damage to my master here. Now if he's able to achieve his objective on multiple conditions, he will do it in the order that I have them lined out here, right? So solo, archer, legend, master, and then panda. Right now, we're going to move 2, 3. He remains in the fog. He's going to strike my master, and he's going to successfully do 1 hit of damage here. Moving on to me. I could use a shield to defend if I had any, but that would actually take some energy, and I'm not interested in spending energy. Then I'm going to have income. I could either get an item or I could get an energy. I'm really trying to do the master's ability, so I'll move up my energy track here. I still have my health potions if I need to utilize them at some point. Now I get 3 actions. Now, the actions are going to be buy a shield, discard 2 items, use an item or a potion, or use a support ability. I don't know that I need to use a support ability at the moment. I don't mind where they're lined up. So I think I'm just going to go on to my movement phases. So I think I'm going to move down to my movement phases. I'm going to back Solo off just a little bit, just in case he needs to be in a position to kind of blink someone out of there. That's his special ability. Move her down diagonal, get her set up to do some ranged attacks if necessary. And I think I'm going to use my 1 attack ability here with my master to deal a certain amount of damage in 1 direction. Now this could be anywhere around him, and this doesn't cost energy to perform. That is a 2, so that's going to do 1 damage to the panda here. And we are down to the bottom. We're going to reset the fog. Oh, he's in fog. Well, that's going to do me no good, because he actually wouldn't take any damage there because it blocks. So I should not have attacked there. I'm going to move forward with him, and I'm going to do that attack on this guy right here. Puts me in a bad spot, but I know only one of them will be attacking this turn, so I don't mind getting into the middle of them if it means I can actually get a hit. Moving down, back up to the top, let's start by spawning fog. Now, if any of them had been knocked out because zombies perpetually come back, they would be placed back here on the board, but no one did. Row 2, so 1 and this one will have fog in them, and let's go ahead and determine their attack patterns. So who is going and how are they attacking? Number 1 here, Solo is going, dealing a certain amount of damage in 1 diagonal direction. So Solo here wants to remain in fog and has 3 movement points that he can spend. Now it's going to be a diagonal direction, and Archer will be his primary target after Solo. So 2, 3, Archer. 1 damage coming in her direction. So she's going to get ticked down to 1. Moving over to me, I could have used a shield if I wanted there. I still don't think I do. I want to get my power up. Let's continue buffing that those energy points. I gain 3 move. I can take 3 actions, and then I can use an attack. The question is, how do I want to start positioning myself? And who do I want to do damage to? I could try to take out Solo here, score some early points. One will spawn back in, or I could just I could try to group up on the panda here. Now, my big panda guy can guarantee 1 damage in 1 direction, and he has a range of 2. So let's move him forward. Let's definitely have him hit here, because no one's in a shield at the moment. Let's move my archer over. Try to get her a little bit out of the way. I just don't know if it's best to leave him here. I kind of think I have to, though, and I think I'm going to start moving forward with the legend here, because in 2 turns I need to be in a good position to hopefully do some massive damage. I'm also going to go ahead and spend 1 of these potions to get her back up to full health, because if I lose her, I don't get her back. I don't respawn like the zombies do. I think that's going to be my turn. I'm going to go ahead and use one of my attack abilities, which would be the panda attacking the other panda here. He's not in a shield, so that'll knock him down to 4. We are down to the bottom. No one's respawning. We will start by setting up fog. 5. 5 is going to set fog in column 4 and column 3. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what they're doing. Who is going and how are they targeting me? 1. Solo's going again. 1 damage coming to a particular target. Diagonal is his target. He can move right over here, which means he can attack my Solo. I will spend my shield in order to keep him alive. And that'll block that 1 damage that was coming in. Okay, zombie roll is done. Moving down to me. Defense, I used my shield. Income, gain 1 experience. I'll go ahead and do that. I need 5 to do my special ability. Okay. Be great if I could knock out multiple people with that. But I don't know that I'll be in a good position for that. I could bring my panda over and go ahead and get a strike on their guy. That would knock out one of them. It would come back, but it would knock out one of them. Okay. 3 movement. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Position there. 3 actions. I don't think I'm going to heal anyone. I don't need to buy a shield. I think I'm okay for now. I'm just really stockpiling some energy. Let's take our attack ability. Let's actually knock this one out. So, Panda attacking straight down here deals 1 damage in 1 direction. Forgot he was in a shield. Oh. Panda's the safe strike, but right now this is the only guy that's not in a shield. I can't waste a hit on that. So let's attack here. 3. That is doing 2 damage. Perfect. 1, 2. That's actually fantastic because that guy's going to score us a lot of points if we can take him out. And he was not in the fog. Okay, that'll resolve my turn. I, however, did not successfully knock someone out. Moving down to the fog roll. Let's see where it's going. 4. 4 is going to put fog right here. Okay, those 2 middle rows. And then we are rolling for the zombie. Who is going and how are they attacking? Number 1 again. Solo is going again. And he is doing 3 damage. Ooh. He wants to stay exactly where he is. He wants to knock out my Solo. And I don't have any defense. So he's going to successfully do that. I'm not starting off too strong. So Solo is now knocked out. Alright, let's see. Let's see what we're able to do. Panda is going to be in a weak zone. The archer down here is going to be in a weak zone. I might be able to get a good hit on her. So I'm going to go ahead and gain my last energy point. That'll get me up to 5. So now I can get into a good position with my hero if I'm able to maneuver that way. Move. So let's go 2, 3. Move into the center zone there. That's no good. I don't want to spend it. What I don't want to do is I don't want to spend 5 energy points on Bladestorm and only hit one person. I want to be able to take out a few of them with one big attack, so I need a point where their shields are dropped. That being said, if I got a 3, I'd be doing 3 damage to them. Let's go ahead and go for it. I fear that I'm going to lose people pretty quickly here. So let's move in. Let's use Bladestorm, which is my 5 energy attack. Go ahead and roll. So I do 2 damage. I do 2 damage to both of them. That will knock this one out. Drop Panda down to 2. It's literally not what we were looking for. Although I do have Rage. So I can add... See if we can add some damage. No, we won't add damage. Why even consider adding damage? Oh wait, I'm doing 2 damage. 1 was enough to knock him out. Okay, I've done at least a thing here. So we will indicate that we have killed one of them. And that was my attack action. So, moving up here to the top again, we are actually going to do a spawn roll one more time. So roll 4, white and black. White, row 2. So he's going to spawn in right here, all the way up at full health. Okay, now zombies are going to go. Let's figure out where the fog is going to be. Fog is on 6, which is going to be these last 2 rows here. Protecting the panda. We wanted to kill the panda. Okay, 4. Panda is going to go looking for a colored symbol. He's going to be doing 2 damage in one direction. Panda's already in position to hit 2 of my people. My master and my legend. My solo is dead. The panda could move down and could successfully hit my archer. So that is what he will do. 1, 2. He will hit here on the archer, dealing 2 damage and taking her out because I don't have a good way to defend her. Great. Moving. I never claimed to be good at the game. I just said I'd play it for you. Moving down to my income. Let's get a card. Let's see if we're able to offset some of this with a card. Roll twice on your next attack. Do you know how nice that would have been if I had had this card to go with my legend? Would have been real nice. Question is, do I think I can stockpile enough to make that worthwhile? Might be able to. Oh, I just want to be able to guarantee it. Okay, moving down. I get 3 movement points. Let's get that panda next to him here. Let's do... That panda won't be able to reach here. So maybe leave him here. Get a hit on this guy. Let these 2 kind of fiddle around. Or do I start knocking down... Do I start knocking down their master one more time? No, let's pop this guy out of existence. So movement, let's move you down. And let's try to get you grouped up as well. Let's lock this guy in. So I'll move you down 2. So my use phase, I could go ahead and heal. I think I'm okay for now though. I mean, my weaker people have died, but I'm doing all right. Do I want to guarantee a hit? I don't think I need to. The panda's going to guarantee a hit on his own. That will be 1 death for solo. Okay. Fog rolls in. 5. 5 is going to put it in position 3 and 4. You're going to spawn in. Black, row 1. So right there. Determine who is attacking and what are they doing. Number 2, so the archer is going. The archer is going to be doing 1 damage, range of 3 in one direction. So let's see here. Archer wants to remain in a shield and wants to hit my legend if she is able to. And she is not able to hit my master because there's someone blocking her. So she will move over 2, 3, and she will hit the panda for 1 damage. So we'll knock him down. I don't have any defense. I am going to go ahead. Let's get a second item. Destroy 1 enemy shield. That means I could take out one of their fog if I had a good opportunity to attack. Now, I could take out their fog and go ahead and focus on their panda. Let's do that. Oh, it's going to cost an energy to do that. I could just go with the legend. He has a chance of doing damage, but not enough to really break through the fog, although he does get rage added to it. Okay. What can I guarantee to do? Taking down the archer would be really good. The legend isn't going to be able to attack. The panda has a guaranteed hit, but it's not as good as it could be. And I don't think the master can... The master could get over to her. So, let's go utilize that. 2, 3, attack over in one direction. She's in a shield too. So I need to roll a 3 in order to even get a hit on here at this point. A 2 is not going to do it. She does not take any damage. I'm not using any abilities. Good with what I have. And, oh, that stinks. We will cycle back up here to the top. Let's change where that fog is positioned. A 6 puts it in position 3 and 4. And they're going to be targeting. So, Solo is going to be targeting. Solo is going to be doing 2 damage in a diagonal direction, and he is trying to hit legend if he can. 1, 2, cannot get there. It's only 1 distance, so master is his next target. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't think he can get to the master, so he will move forward. Now, there is not a way for him to stay in the shield and inflict damage. So next, he will choose a target without needing to be in the fog. So, he's going to target Panda. He's going to be doing 2 damage to the Panda there. And it is back on to me. I'm going to get energy this time because I need it in order to just do nearly anything. And let's maybe take the time we need to go ahead and use the potion, refill my Panda, keep him alive for a few more rounds. Let's go ahead and take out their Panda. I can use the Shuriken. That'll drop it down. And then I can use my Master. So the Shuriken is going to take out that fog. My Master is going to go ahead and attack over here diagonally. A 2 is going to be 1 damage. Not enough to take him out. We're in a rough position. Reset Fog. Fog's going to 4. These 2 center rows here. And we are back up to their attack. So, let's determine who's attacking and what they're doing. 4, 1. Panda's going to attack. He's going to be doing 1 damage. Can do it in any direction. Wants to remain in the fog, though. And will attack my legend if he's able to first. So he will move in, and he will successfully be able to attack my legend. Moving down to me. Do I want to move anywhere? Does it make sense to reposition? They're in shields right now. I could take this one out fairly easily, or I could try to use my legend himself and deal damage directly there to the Panda and try to take out their Panda. That would potentially start scoring me points. I need to get rid of... Yeah, let's do that. I will gain a resource. I'm going to spend that resource to use Slash with the legend. I don't think I need to reposition. I don't have any shields on the board anyway. 2 is going to do... Nope. Black is going to do 2 damage coming this direction. Panda is out. Panda will resummon. Let's go ahead and put an indicator down that I took care of 1 Panda. Now we have to get rid of the Archer in order to get that additional 10 bonus points. So, let's see what happens here. They're going to set the fog. 4. 4, I believe, is going to keep it in the same position. they're going to set white column 4. So white 4, Panda starts all the way up here at 5 health. And they're going to go and attack 3. Okay, their master is going to attack for a total damage of 2 in one direction. Now his target is going to be my hero, and he wants to stay in a shield, so he'll be able to move right here, target my hero. He will successfully do 2 damage right there. I don't have the resource that I need to allow the bear to block that. My turn though. If I gain resource, I can do damage back. I need to deal with the archer. Could move up with my legend and potentially lay some damage down. Let's do that. Move up, spend that, move here. We're looking for a 2. No, a black will deal 2 damage, and let's see if I can get a 3 and add 1 more damage to it. I cannot, so 1 damage coming into the archer. So she's the last one that I need to take care of. Fog. 1. Position 1 and 2. Let's see which zombie's moving forward. 3. So their hero again, their master again, is going to be doing 1 damage in one direction, with my lead hero being his target. Now he wants to be able to stay in the fog. So 1, 2, 3 keeps him in the fog. Can target my hero here for a damage of 1. Let's... I think my hero's going to die next. Let's go ahead and get rid of... let's get rid of that archer, though. Up 1, buff 1, drop 1. Do I need to move anywhere? What is the next attack I want to do? Let's move these guys next to each other, because I think my hero is going down this turn. Green or black, 2 damage. Let's see if I can get a 3 and make it 3, just for overkill. I do not. She is, however, knocked out. That will score us at least an entire tribe of people knocked out. Okay, fog rolling in. 4. Sets it into the middle position here. She's going to be summoned. Black, row 3. Okay. We are doing... Solo there is going to be doing 1 damage, and he's going to be targeting my hero. Solo can successfully do 1 damage on my hero. He wants to move to a position where he's in fog, though. He's able to do that. 1 damage coming off. We are down to the master and the panda. Now, who can I... Do I think I can get rid of the other panda bear? I could at least get some damage laid down on him. Let's go ahead and grab a weapon. Shard is going to gain me an energy point. So, moving over here. Let's try to keep Panda and them close. And let's attack, because he's out of the fog. 1, let's spend this. See if we can maximize the fact that the Panda's out of the fog at the moment. 2, still just going to be doing 1 damage in one direction. Knock him down to 4. Set up some fog. 4, the fog's going to stay the same. 3 and 4. So 4 is going to be their panda. He's going to be doing 2 damage in one direction, with the master being his initial target. My panda's unable to block. So tick that down by 2 damage. But he's still out in the open. So I can gain an energy point. And let's see if I'm able to take down the panda a little bit. 1 is just going to do 1 damage here again. That is really not... It's really not what I'm looking for. Okay, fog changes positions. 4 is going to stay the same. Determine which zombie is moving. Solo is moving, doing 1 damage to one opponent. 2. He is not able to reach him, so he will move up here and he'll do 1 damage to the panda. I could get up to 3, but that doesn't actually help me with what I have. Let's grab another item. Tea kettle. Gain 2 movement points. I don't need to move a lot right now, though. See, some of these things, they're not helping me out too much. If you're doing a solo game, or if you're doing a competitive game, they would really come into play a little bit more. So let's go ahead and hit that panda again. I'd really like to be able to knock him out just for those extra points before this is over. 1 damage. 1 damage going here to the panda. Not the best, but I can use my bear to block and hopefully use my master on the next turn to get that final blow in. 4. It's going to stay the same. 4 and 1 damage coming in. I would have backed my panda up because I do have the resource I need right now to block. So 1 damage coming in one direction. My master is going to be the main focus to start with, but my panda is going to spend the 1 resource he has. Protect an ally being attacked in a space adjacent to the panda. Deal damage to the panda instead. Panda is going to take 1 hit. And I have 1 more shot at potentially knocking out their panda bear. Okay, let's do it. 3. 3 is going to be enough. That is going to be 2 damage coming in. That panda is going to be knocked out 1 more time. Alright. Summoning in. Let's change the fog. Fog is going to position 1, which is in the front here. Panda is going to be summoned in. Black, 3. So pushes her forward. Okay, and this is where I think I only probably have 1 turn left, so I'm probably going to try to target solo after this. Let's see. So number 2, their archer. Kind of sucks, because she's actually able to potentially get into a good position to do this. Archer is going to be doing 1 damage in one direction, range of 3. She can't shoot through people, though. So she will need to move over and up. She will do 1 damage right here, and she will take out my master. Now, the bear can take advantage of this. He is going to move straight down. He actually has a range of 2. He doesn't need to move at all. He's going to deal that 1 hit here to their solo. Score that extra couple points there. Let's go ahead and spawn solo in. Solo is going to the white. He's going to position 4. Fog is moving. Fog is going to position 5. And I think this is where the final hit is going to land. 2 shurikens coming in. 3. Master is going to move forward. Forward. He's going to deal 1 damage in one direction. Oh, so my panda's been taken out, which is a shame. I really liked that guy. So 41 minus 12, we're looking at a total of 29 points that I've scored. Now, I'm not sure if that's a good score. I will have to ask the creator and kind of the Kickstarter backers to see if I did a decent job or if there was some glaring errors in the way that I utilized my force here. I certainly need more practice, and I'm going to try to give it another swing and see if I can maximize some of the stuff I'm doing. I'm sure as I edit this, I will have some advice and tips and tricks for myself. Whatever the case, that should have given you a sense of the way that parts of this game function and flow, the types of decisions you're making, how the dice rolls kind of resolve themselves. I wasn't able to show off some of the special player powers and abilities because my resources were just, they were hard to come by, especially here in this implementation of the game, because instead of getting an item and an energy, I'm only getting 1 of those throughout the course of the experience, which just really tightens it down and makes it harder for you to kind of utilize some of those special powers. Whatever the case, thank you for watching. Hopefully, if you've made it to this point, you've already hit that subscribe button down below. I hope I've given you some information to inform your decision on whether or not you want to add Tiny Ninja's Heroes to your collection. It is a unique little head-to-head, 2-player kind of tactics and combat game. So, thank you for joining me. Whatever you do, remember to do the important thing. Get out and play some games. We will see you next time.